So good morning. Just wanted to give a chance to record this so that you have a chance to work through these problems. So for these tables that addresses the AZX symbol system, it still uses the same notation system, AZX. A is for the mass number, which is also the number of protons with the number of neutrons. So the mass number is always equal to the number of protons added to the number of neutrons. So that case, so for example, 31p, the 31 is exactly the mass number, and it is also the number of protons plus the number of neutrons. So in this case, if you really want to find the number of neutrons, for example, will be equal to the number of mass, which is 31, subtracted by 15, which should give you the number 16. So there should be 16 neutrons. If you're unsure how to do that, please let me know. For the Z part, that is the atomic number, which is usually the number of protons. So if you have atomic number, you will know the exact number for the element. So what you will need to do is consult your periodic table. You will see that phosphorus should be number 15, which is one of the reasons why the atomic number here is 15. And just as a quick review, electron, in this case, should be the same as the number of protons, which is why if you have the two that are neutral without a charge there, that is considered to be neutral, and therefore there is the same number of electrons as there are protons. For the number of atomic number for 18 oxygen, or oxygen 18, you need to consult the periodic table, which you should see that the atomic number here is 8. The reason why is it is the 8th element in the periodic table. If you look for oxygen, you will see that the number 8 is next to it. The mass, again, is given to you over here, which is why it is 18. If you need to find the number of neutrons, you would just do neutrons is equal to the number subtracted by the other number, which is the atomic number, and you'll be able to get that. So in the oxygen's case, it will be 18 minus 8, which should give you 10. If you were looking for the number of neutrons. So when you are looking at number 19, hopefully you realize that it gives you the atomic number. If your atomic number is given to you, you look on the periodic table, which you will find the element potassium. Potassium is not started with a P, but rather it is a K. This came from ancient Greek and Roman terms for potash. It's called potassium. That came from that. But essentially, during the olden days, there is a separate term for it. I am not personally familiar with that, so unfortunately, I can't dive into the history for that. But potassium came from potash, which is essentially when you burn something, you have leftover potassium in the ashes, and which is where it got its name, potassium. So in this case, it is 19, which is K. One thing that you are expected to do in this case is to actually convert the mass number over here to the corner, top left-hand side, in a superscript format here. So it should be a 39K. All right. The last one is nickel. Nickel is atomic number 28. You have to look on the periodic table for this part. And you should note that there is a 2 plus sign here, which means that there is an uneven number of protons and a number of electrons. In fact, with a 2 plus, it means that there's 2 fewer electrons. So in this case, you would just take 28 and subtract 2, which should give you the number 26 for the number of electrons. So how you got that is 28 minus 2 gives you 26. And also you should note that above here, this is actually different than the number of protons. There's one fewer electron, so therefore this should really have a plus here.